continuous activity, only an unlawful activity which is a cognizable punishment minimum sentence. Now, that didn't mean mandatory minimum.
Examine this issue.
I just want to say one thing, Lord. Your lordships have said 3 years or more mean minimum 3. That's the lordship judgment.
Not a mandatory minimum.
Rohat Gi, the word punishable means a punishment which may be imposed,
Right.
not mandatorily imposed.
Right.
And this word punishable is not alien. If you see the second clause of CRPC in special laws, punishable for 3 years and up to 7 years, cognizable. Less than 3 years, non-cognizable.
Correct.
So what happens to a case when a special law imposes a punishment punishable up to 5 years? Will it become non-cognizable?
No, that's one
Is
part.
it? No, that is the only part. We want to clarify that.
No.
That is the part, sir.
I understood that. But
Because the word used in Brijesh,
yes,
we have to examine
I am
whether it
talking
is
about
what
Vijay only.
inform was correctly.
I am talking about that only.
Case talked about not 3 years.
Lordship may examine
Language
Vijay.
was
No
3
problem.
years.
But I have only one thing to submit. Only
Minimum was not used. Minimum is neither in KCOC nor in MCOC.
In fact, there is
Court uses the
Check.
adjective not as a
Supreme Court has said in Vijay minimum.
in BNSS, in respect of 183, which is
Yes.
the old 167,
Right.
not less than 10 years has been changed to for 10 years.
Or it is not.
Although Karnataka High Court says that it is only a turn of phrase,
Yes.
that also is very debatable, sir.
Not,
No,
that's
so
147.
For में क्या हो रहा है? देखिए,
Today it follows Vijay. Would be Brijesh. Brijesh is a recent 2017. We need prayer reason. Bob Day and Nageshwar. So when it says 3 years or more, minimum 3. Statute says. So more it says. Yeah, correct. Should we use citation? 2017, yeah. Yes, because my lord, today there is a judgment in my favor, as Justice Bagchi said, of this court called Brijesh, where the Supreme Court has said that when you say 3 years or more, it means minimum 3.
No.
So there is already a judgment in my favor, my lord. It will have to be examined by a larger bench of a lordship, no difficulty.
My lord, in
And my lord, I want to say one more thing. Why it is important, my lord, in my case, I have got anticipatory bail. The moment you put in, my lord, this kind of a law, MCOCA, COCA, whatever, you can't apply for anticipatory bail. So when originally there was no, my lord, this MCOCA type of case in my case. Once I got, my lord, some interim relief, they added this, my lord, the local Karnataka Act equal to MCOCA, so that my anticipatory bail gets cancelled. That's why they have done it. I have got interim protection. Their idea is to somehow add this so that, my lord, my interim protection goes. This, my lord, has been held against them and my protection continues. That's how, my lord, this scheme has happened. Because we belong to different dispensations.
She's on anticipatory.
That's what has happened. But if your lordship want to examine, no difficulty. But today, my lord, I have a judgment in my favor of the Supreme Court.
Lord,
Lord, may I just say-
an application.
May I just say one thing, Lord? Lord, Brijesh was looking at a case whether there were two cases. It uses the word in para 33 minimum because it says 3 years or more. Now, if you look at it, otherwise, most of the IPC, if that's the interpretation, that mandatory minimum, none of the IPC offences will come into the brackets of MCOCA or KCOC. Not these statutes will be rendered worthless completely. They'll be paper
We
statutes.
are most worried about attempt to murder.
Yes,
any case of attempt to murder by this interpretation will go out of the MCOCA scheme or KCOCA scheme.
Yes,
Okay.
Lord, whether Gujarat,
But Lord, this is
everywhere is the
literal
similar,
interpretation.
all the statutes
Also, we'll
are
have-
based on the.
Lord, in
Maharashtra
criminal
statute.
cases, should there be literal interpretation or should it be the way Justice Bagchi is putting?
My
Because,
lord-
my lord, in a civil case, you can have that interpretation.
My friend-
But in a criminal case, my lord, where liberty is balanced, you look at what the law says. If the law says my favor, whatever the result
My
will
lord,
be.
my friends want to take
That's the way, my lord.
of one
the two
word
things will have
in
to be
judgment.
balanced.
They'll have to read
One
it in
view or the
context
other
in
view.
para 33. I'm sorry, with respect, Lord, if we read all of Brijesh, it becomes very clear. It did not, it does, neither did it mean, nor does it say mandatory minimum. And this is very clear, not we can read.
When you say 3 years or more, what is the
Because
connotation?
that's what the statute says.
At least 3 years. That's what the connotation.
But let us
Word
read.
is punishable.
Yes.
I agree.
Punishable means the potentiality to impose punishment.
I agree, my lord. The
Not-
moment you say,
You must punish him with 3 years.
so my lord, it's
3 years
like
or
this.
more.
Up to 3 years, up to 3 years.
It would have been up to 3 years.
No, I'm just saying that would be 3.
Punishable with 3 years and more. So any imprisonment term which has a punishment possible for 3 years or more
7,
will get
5,
attracted,
10,
sir.
12, not life.
This is the conundrum, my lord. Up to 3 years is one phrase. 3 years or more is one phrase. Minimum 3 is one phrase.
Not less than 3 years.
That's
Which was
not
just
less than three-
earlier under 167(2).
Yes.
That's right.
That is not less than 10 years.
Lord, that was a different, that is not less than in 167. That's why the interpretation came in Rakesh
And
Kumar
then it
Paul.
was amendment was made,
Yes.
clarified,
Yes.
punishable for 10
That's
years.
right.
Till
That's
Rakesh
right.
Kumar Paul, there used to be a lot of
Rakesh Kumar.
confusion at times. Lord. My lord, my only request is not this judgment may be stayed, not because otherwise this
No,
will
no,
be
no.
havoc.
Today, my lord, the protection in my favor, their attempt. to-
Sorry.
And
I'm
today I have a
sorry.
judgment of the
They
Supreme
want
Court in
not
my favor.
every case will fall it. Lord, with respect, it'll have.
Leave,
That's my-
leave granted post matter for final hearing on 14th April.
Therefore,
Not the judgment. Lord.
15th April.
Lord, the judgment, Lord, otherwise every case will have the same problem, not 8A. I'm asking.
Not every
because
case is only
stay-
a
not,
Kakota
it-
case,
not-
Lord.
May I just say this, not stay of operation of the judgment will not prejudice them, Lord. It can't, because there are other prosecutions also.
No,
under-
it should not.
Other than this, not otherwise every case is going to fail.
it is. I don't think that it should be a case for.
So, operation of the High Court judgment, then it might lead some complications.
No, Lord, may I just say this? He is on interim, the others' bails have been declined in any case.
No, meanwhile, the impugned judgment of the High Court shall not be relied upon as a binding precedent.
Yes, grateful.
May I make one?
So, Lord, by protection,
Extension application.
Hold on,
That
hold
will be
on.
allowed. Man.
will you allow please? My protection will not be affected.
We are saying
not even
it will
asking-
be relied upon as a binding precedent in future.
I'm not even asking for that. Lord.
Not
It
that
would
one
it's
sentence
not
went
tell
up.
my part to ask.
So that on 26/12/2025, interim protection is granted by the High Court to me. Your Lordship may continue that protection, otherwise, my Lord,
That we are not disturbing. We are not
I'm not even asking for a stay of that. The stay, I'm saying, Lord, wherever people are in custody, that's a different matter. I'm not
Only
asking.
when we say the impugned judgment will not be relied upon as a binding precedent, means by the
Other cases, in other cases.
In
subordinate
future
court,
cases.
In other cases.
the district
Fair
courts
enough,
and
fair enough. There's a problem, I'll come.
your application to be taken up with the main court.
That's
IA for implementation to be heard along with the issue.
Grateful. We'll take a date from the learned court master. Take a date.
Yesterday night I was checking.
May it please the Lords. May it please the Lords.
May I make one submission?
My Lords,
The previous matter, let there be a clarification that interim protection is also